Hey guys, let's talk about the Ultratac K18. This is often regarded as one of the best AAA flashlights out there, and for a lot of good reasons. There's some really good positives to this light and some really good negatives, so I want to go over these all. And also, I got a fantastic price on this, guys. I actually only paid 14 bucks for this. I was involved on a group buy for budgetlightforum.com. Was able to get this light for like $14.50. Whew! Money well spent, guys. Money well spent. So let's take a look at the numbers right off the bat. Now this is a light, guys, that can use either rechargeable nickel metal hydride AAAs, alkaline AAAs, or the 10440 lithium ion rechargeable batteries. So you do have, of course, you can use pretty much any AAA that you can stick in this thing. That also includes lithium primaries. And you'll see you're going to get different results depending on what you use. With the 10440s here, you can see you're going to get a 360 lumen high for 20 minutes. Your mid is 80 for 1.5 hours. Your low is 5 for 15 hours. Using a, I'm assuming this is for nickel metal hydrides. You're talking 110 for an hour, 25 for 5.7, or 3 for 45. The other stuff there, you can see water resistant, IPX8, all that jazz. And there's that. So this light, how this works is a very simple side switch interface. No twisting the head, no rear tail clicky. And you're going to say right off the bat, ooh, that's probably going to turn on in my pocket. Luckily for us, Ultratec has a shut off for this thing, which you activate by hitting the button twice. It will blink twice, and that means the light is now on. Now how this works, well, actually we'll go back to off. Now double click again. Let's stay on target. Double click again, you're going to see one blink. That means the light is now locked out. You can't access it. The only way to access it is to do the double click, and you saw those two flashes, which we double click again, you get 1, 2. 2 means locked out. I'm sorry, 2 means on, 1 means locked out. Long press to turn on, and what you're going to see is a just normal click to cycle between your 3 modes. 2 and 3. Of course, you're going to go back 1, 2, and 3, and then long click to shut this thing off. So, really cool, really simple, and the lockout's really good. I've had this thing in my pocket for about 2 weeks. I have not had it accidentally turn on once, whether it is locked out or not locked out. And the parasitic drain is pretty much, it's there, but it's not terrible. I let this thing go in lockout mode for like 4 or 5 days, and I, basically went to charge the battery, and it pretty much took like next to nothing. So it's really not going to drain a ton while it's in lockout. Light comes with a reversible deep carry pocket clip, so you can put this on the brim of a hat or you want, carry it in your shirt pocket. This thing's definitely light enough where you can put this thing pretty much wherever you want. And the pocket clip is actually really strong, really nice pocket clip. And you also have a attachment point on the end if you want to put this onto your keys. Nice knurling, aluminum. This one here is green, but you can get this thing in multiple colors. So if you don't like this green, you don't have to do it. So we're going to turn off the lights. If you can get a better idea of the tint of this. Turn it on. And it is a fairly cool white. It's yeah, it's a pretty cool white. It's maybe a little hint of a blue when I look at it, but not much. It's not unpleasant to look at all. So you can see there's a little bit of a hot spot surrounded by an area. Not a ton of throw, guys. You're only going to be able to see maybe 10-20 yards with this thing pretty reliably in the high mode, and you can see the tint is pretty decent. It comes out pretty good. Like it's not definitely not something that's going to bother you. And PWM, we're not seeing any in this low mode. You can see you're not seeing any banding or anything like that, so I'm not seeing any PWM. We'll go to the next mode up. Once again, I'm not seeing any PWM, which is pulse width modulation. That's like a flickering of the light in order to make it appear dimmer. We're not seeing that with this light. So that is kind of important to note. Some people, it really bothers them. It can cause headaches, and some people who are even prone to seizures can have issues with it. So it is a pretty big, important deal for some people. So I did want to mention that. Now with, and right now this is a 10440, so this is your 300. See that? How bright that sucker is. It will get hot with using a lithium ion 10440. Not unbearably so. I've let this thing run for like 10-15 minutes and it's pretty stinking hot, but you're not going to burn your house down hot. So I definitely would not hand this to a child with a 10440, but you're completely fine with the alkalines or nickel metal hydrides. So let's turn the lights back on. And one of the cool things I want to show you as well, guys, is not only have I upgraded my little cutting mat here, but I've also upgraded my lighting. So I have a full spectrum light bulb. I just kind of want to show you real quick the difference in image quality. You can see just how much brighter and how much it brings out the detail in this. I mean, you can see it's really kind of dark. It's lit up, you know, and all that, but look at the green. Look at the difference in that color green. How much more it, you know, when I look at it, it looks closer to the real color on camera than it is in real life using that light. So I definitely think I'm going to stick with that. So overall, guys, this thing is an absolute killer of a flashlight. I think this thing is really pocket friendly. I've carried it in my jeans pocket. I've carried it in the fifth pocket of my jeans. I've carried it in my shirt pocket. I've carried it in coat pocket. I put it on my keys for a little bit. I think it carries well pretty much any way you do it. It's small. I mean, at 300 lumens, this thing is pretty darn bright, and I haven't had any issues with it turning on yet, but that is, you know, something you do have to be careful of. If this were to accidentally turn on and get into high with a 10440, you could be playing a game of hot pants in a hurry. So that is something, if it is a concern, you know, use the nickel metal hydrides or whatever. But overall, guys, what a nice little light. You know, and one of the cool things too is I can take this, you know, and flip it around in my hands and close my eyes, and I can feel around and I can actually find that switch. Very easy, because it does protrude, it does come up quite a bit, and because the knurling around it, it makes it really easy to find the switch in the dark. A lot of flashlights, you're fumbling around, but I can just literally find that knurling and twist, and then I will find that every time. So I think that's pretty cool as well. Comfortable, looks good. You know, the green may not be for you, but it's all different colors. You know, this thing's a nice, tough light, built well. Really like it, no problems with it. Head hasn't come loose, nothing like that. Really good quality out of Ultratac, and I really understand why this is considered one of the better lights out there on the market. That ability just to carry this however you want, but also have 300 lumens in such a small package. Yeah, it makes this thing an absolute winner.